Hey, what's going on here? It's Pojiforce here. So this month is the month of November, and with the month of November comes a brand new mythical Pokemon for us to discuss. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. The new mythical Pokemon for this month is Mewtwo. Wait, no, it's not Mewtwo. Oh, it's Genesect. Oh, okay. Sorry guys. The mythical Pokemon this week is Genesect. Now, if you're wondering about my confusion between Mewtwo and Genesect, the two actually have a lot of similarities. First of all, they're a purple Pokemon. That may not seem like a big deal, but they're also both genetically engineered by an evil team. Mewtwo was created by Team Rocket to be like the ultimate Pokemon, and Genesect was created by Team Plasma for the same reasons. The difference there is that Mewtwo was created from the ground up using Mew's DNA, whereas Genesect was actually an ancient bug Pokemon, 300,000 years old according to his Pokedex data, and he had technology and guns and armor grafted onto him. He's still genetically modified, but not built from the ground up like Mewtwo is, and it kind of shows in their stat line. Mewtwo has 680 base stat points. Mewtwo is an extremely powerful Pokemon. Genesect has 600. Not a bad number by any stretch of the term, but it's not as big as Mewtwo. Now, what does make Genesect special is that Genesect kind of has an Arceus thing going on, where depending on the hold item he has, his special signature move Technoblast can be one of 5 types. If he's not holding any drive, then his Technoblast is a normal type. However, there's the Chill Drive, the Aqua Drive, the Heat Drive, and the, I believe, Zap Drive is the name of it, which can make his attack Ice, Water, Fire, or Electric, depending on which corresponding drive he's holding. Now, Technoblast itself is a base 120 power move with 100 accuracy and 5 power points, so it's a really powerful move, and it's a special attack. Speaking of special attacks, Genesect is actually a really powerful sweeper. It has both 120 special attack and regular attack. Its defenses are about 99 or 95 each, and it has 99 speed. So it has decent bulk. It's not the bulkiest Pokemon I've ever seen, and its HP stat is somewhere in the 70s. So it's not too bulky, but it's got a lot of power to be a good sweeper. Now, another comparison that could probably make Mewtwo and Genesect seem more familiar is the fact that the generation that Genesect was introduced in, Generation 5, the Black and White generation, they were trying to do things very new but very familiar. For example, Black and White was the first generation that the Pokemon region was not based out of Japan. All of the Pokemon regions are based off of real-world locations. And while Kanto, Johto, Sinnoh, and Hoenn were all based off of real-world locations in Japan, the Unova region was based off of New York and some parts of New Jersey. The Unova region was also the first region we got a brand new list of Pokemon. There were no repeats. Where Sinnoh may have had a bunch of older Pokemon show up like Ponyta, and I believe Hoot Hoot was in there. And then of course, Hoenn had a bunch of familiar Pokemon like Magikarp. There were a lot of repeats in older generations, but Unova was the first to have a completely new Pokedex. None of those Pokemon had appeared in a previous game. And there was about, I think, 150 exactly new Pokemon, just like back in Generation 1. Now, the similarities to Generation 1 kind of go a little further, because if you compare the anime for Black and White to the anime for the original show way back in the day, the Kanto region, in both cases, Ash ends up traveling with the first gym leader that he encounters. In the old show, it was Brock. In the case of Black and White, it's Silent. In the case of both of them, they're kind of the party caretaker. They cook for them, they clean for them. They are basically the adult of the group that makes sure that the kids in the group stay safe and healthy. Also, speaking in terms of Ash's traveling companions, Iris, just like Misty, is a gym leader who kind of gives Ash a hard time, bumps into him super early in his travels, and doesn't reveal at first that she's a gym leader. Then you also have the fact that Ash begins his journey meeting a legendary Pokemon. In the original show, it was Ho-Oh, and in Black and White, it was Zekrom. Ash also gets himself a new rival in this show to kind of mirror his Gary from back in the day. Now, just like in the original show, Ash caught all 3 starter Pokemon. He got Oshawott, Tepig, and Snivy. And all 3 of them are caught in a similar fashion to how they were in the original show. Just like Squirtle, Oshawott can be kind of troublesome, not in the same way as Squirtle, but can be troublesome all the same. Tepig was kind of abused and ended up having to come to Ash as just like Charmander did. Charmander was abused by his previous trainer. And then Snivy was the one Ash actually had to battle to catch. Just like Ash actually had to battle Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur wasn't just going to go with Ash. Ash had to prove himself and catch Bulbasaur the right way. And so in that way, just like Genesect was created by Team Plasma to be the ultimate Pokemon, Mewtwo was created by Team Rocket to be the ultimate Pokemon. Now there are the similarities in between Genesect and Mewtwo. Genesect is a bug steel type, whereas Mewtwo is a psychic type. So that bug steel typing actually kind of gives him some strong resistance against a psychic type like Mewtwo. Also in the anime, apparently there are actually 4 or 5 Genesect. And the whole swarm of Genesect is actually led by a shiny Genesect. It's got the red coloration, which it turns out to be the coloration of shiny Genesect. Bird, you better chill out. The bird's being super... Bird, I know we're talking about bugs, but you gotta chill. Stop being excited. I don't know what's with that bird, everybody. Bird? Okay, so where was I? So yes, in the anime, Genesect is actually a swarm. There are 4 or 5 Genesect in the anime. Most of them are the same purple color, but they're led by one that has red coloration, which is actually the shiny coloration for Genesect. Now in the anime movie, Pokemon Genesect and the Legend Awakened, there are actually 5 Genesect. There's 4 purple ones and 1 red one, which is their leader. Now the red one is actually the shiny coloration for Genesect, so I thought that was an interesting little nod to shiny Pokemon. And in that movie, they battled against Mewtwo. Now a lot of people are kind of thrown by this movie because this is not the same Mewtwo from Pokemon the first movie or Pokemon Mewtwo Returns, because it's female. It has a very feminine voice as opposed to the very masculine voice of Mewtwo from the first movie. And this Mewtwo Mega evolves into Mega Mewtwo Y, and it has to do so in order to battle the Genesect. Now, it doesn't require a Mega Stone, and it doesn't require a trainer for this, so I'm not sure if it's true Mega Evolution, but it does transform into Mega Mewtwo Y. And I actually have a theory about that. I actually have a theory that it's supposed to be the same Mewtwo from Pokemon the first movie, but let's be honest here, Mega Mewtwo Y is very feminine. It's got softer curves, larger eyes, its tail on its head could be construed as long flowing hair, whereas Mega Mewtwo X is very masculine, very bulky, big strong arms and broad shoulders. So it's like each version of Mewtwo represents a gender. So to have a masculine character with a deep voice become Mega Mewtwo Y is kind of like changing genders, or just being a very effeminate male, which is kind of a touchy subject here in the United States. So I think rather than broaching the topic, they just said it was a different Mewtwo with the exact same creation story. But anyway, that's not important. We're talking about Genesect today, so let's get back to that. The Genesect in this movie show themselves to have a bit of a hive mind, and while they do have individual personalities, the leader, the red one, can kind of override that with his orders, to the point where there's this one scared Genesect who actually likes Ash and company, but ends up attacking them several times at the order of the red one. Now this movie doesn't really go into great detail about the origin story behind these Genesect. In fact, it's actually intentionally vague about where they come from. I think really the focus here is just the Genesect trying to find a home and Mewtwo kind of finding a sense of sameness or belonging with these Genesect. But that's enough talking about the anime. Now we're going to get into the video game. As I said, Genesect is a very powerful Pokemon, and he's got a lot of versatility to him. He's got a very diverse move pool, and he actually has a pretty good ability to help him take advantage of his equally powerful attack and special attack. His ability is Download, which I believe is only shared by the Porygon line. And what that allows him to do is that whenever he encounters a Pokemon opponent who has a higher defense than a special defense, he raises his special attack stat. Or if they have a higher special attack and special defense than they do regular defense, then he raises his attack stat. So basically, Download helps him hit his opponent in their weak spot. So that's a really powerful ability right there when you consider that he has an equally powerful attack and special attack. Now again, I also want to mention the fact that Genesect has a very interesting typing. It's a bug steel type, which is only shared with Durant. And Durant's not very powerful, but that is a really powerful typing. With that type combination, he has hit neutral damage by 8 of the 18 types, resists 8 of the 18 types, and grass does almost no damage to him whatsoever, has immunity to poison and only 1 weakness. However, that 1 weakness is the fire typing, and it does 4 times damage to Genesect. So you gotta watch out for those fire Pokemon. Now what I recommend for raising a Genesect is a hasty nature to raise speed and lower defense, because its special defense is going to be a lot more important for those powerful fire type attacks. You gotta be able to hang in there. EV train it in speed and split the rest of it between attack and special attack to maximize its ability to hit either special offensively or regular offensively. Now since it gets 1 of 5 drives, I would recommend the Aqua Drive to make his Techno Blast a water attack. That way he has a very powerful move in response to fire Pokemon that may try to hit him for his 1 weakness. For the rest of his move pool, I would recommend Iron Head for a powerful stab steel type attack, which also has a 30% chance to flinch. So if he's going first, if he manages to beat people in the speed race, then he has a very good chance of flinching them, preventing them from responding at all. Now for his second stab move for his bug typing, I'd recommend Bug Buzz, which has 100% accuracy and 90 power. So it's a pretty powerful special attack as kind of a balance to Iron Head as his physical attack. Now for that last slot, he's got a lot of different options. You could go with Dark Pulse, you could go with Psychic. He's got quite a few moves that are available to him for that last slot. You could go for U-Turn if you want a way to get out. Protect if you're using him in a double battle and you need that safety option. But there's a lot of things that could go into that last slot. It's really just up to your preference on what you think you might need for coverage. But all in all, Genesect is a very powerful Pokemon with a lot of moves at his disposal. So really, it's up to you what you would like your Genesect to do. He's got a lot of potential. I'm actually really looking forward to using this Pokemon in some battles. So with the video game out of the way, next we're going to get right into the card game. Now as per usual with every Mythic Pokemon that's released this year, we get a special Pokemon Mythical Collection featuring that Pokemon. So I'm going to adjust the camera here and we'll get right into opening this bad boy up. So here we are with our Pokemon Mythical Collection Genesect. As you can see, we have the usual Genesect pin, the Genesect promo card, and 2 Generations booster packs. Just to take a look at the packaging here. Not much more to say about it, so we're gonna just dig right into this thing and see what we pull out. Let's go ahead and open this up. And it's the usual $12.99 price for these Mythical Collections. All of these have been $12.99. We'll just open this up. Sorry about the bird in the background. I don't know why he's being so noisy today. But anyway, we've got our Genesect pin, as you can see right there. Pretty cool. I forgot to mention too that Genesect is actually the last mythical Pokemon that I needed to collect for my living Pokedex online. So yay, I have a complete mythical Pokedex. I have a complete living Pokedex until Sun and Moon come out on Friday. So our promo card, here we go, is of course Genesect. Its first attack is linear attack. 1 steel, 1 colorless. This attack does 30 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Don't apply weakness and resistance for bench Pokemon. So a great sniping attack. Its second attack for 3 steel, Destructor Beam, flip a coin. If heads, your opponent, you discard an energy attached to your opponent's Pokemon, which is a pretty good move, I have to say. Being able to discard energy is really strong. Now it's got 110 HP, 2 retreat, fire weakness, and psychic resistance. Now you could put a Fighting Fury belt on this for 40 more HP plus 10 more damage. And the fact that it's a steel type means it can make use of shield energy, so it can survive pretty long. I think this could actually be a really tanky Pokemon, and between being able to snipe the bench and get rid of energies, could be a pretty good card. I'd have to try this thing out for myself and see how we do. But we'll set that right there. Put the trash over here. We've got our 2 Generations booster packs, and we're gonna open these up, see if we pull anything exciting. Could always use myself another Mega Charizard. It's a bit different from the Mega Charizard that we got in, what's it called? Evolutions. Alright, so we're starting out here. Charmeleon, and I like this Charmeleon a lot. We got Mr. Mime. Double colorless energy, can always use more of those. Magikarp. Ponyta. Machop. Electric Energy, nice. Hitmonchan, that reverse foil is also a rare. We've got Yveltal for our Radiant collection. And then Dodrio for our rare. Now I've said before, I don't believe Dodrio is in the evolution set. So getting a Dodrio out of Generations could be pretty useful, I think. Yveltal is also pretty good. So we're gonna just grab that whole pack, slide it up here. No EXs or anything like that. But Generations is a set that's full of them, so maybe we'll get one out of this other pack. Alright, our first card, Floral Crown. Team Flare Grunt, one of my favorite supporters. Machoke, excuse me. Slowpoke. Now we have a Machop. Paris. Fire Energy, so we got an energy out of both packs. Reverse Foil Team Flare Grunt, I can get behind that, that's pretty good. Slurpuff for a Radiant collection, and Parasect for a rare. So not the best box for us, but I love that Reverse Foil Team Flare Grunt, so I'm not going to complain about that. What does Parasect do? Choose 3 of your Pokemon. For each of those Pokemon, search your deck for a different type of basic energy card and attach it to that Pokemon. That's actually kind of decent. X-Scissors not so great, but Colorful Spores seems like a good potential. Just gotta get creative about how you apply it. Maybe put him in a Yanmega deck. Since Yanmega doesn't care about energy type, you just get a conglomeration of different energy types in there with Parasect to help power him up for when you don't have the 4 cards in hand. Okay everyone, so that's it for Genesect this month. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe to stay tuned for future videos. And until next time, heroes, I'm Pojiforce, and that's my bird, and you guys stay awesome. Take care.